have you all here. Are you guys ready to move? Yeah? Okay, let's get up on our feet. Not that ready. Let's go to the back of the mat and open our feet wide so we can kind of come in easy. Yeah, I'll be nice. So the feet should be wide. I want you to get your heels all the way out to the edges. So you're even a little pigeon-toed here. Yeah, make sure those heels are all the way in the corners of your mat. And then bend your knees just like a little bit. And feel yourself get heavy in your feet. Do you feel that? Like if you're letting your weight down. We spend a lot of time lifting up in yoga, but right now I want you to just get heavy and sit. Right? Can you feel that? Let your arms be a little heavy. Let your head sit heavy right there. And then very slowly start to lift your arms out in front of you and sit back just a little. Not as deep as you can go, but just a little bit. Stick your butt out a little bit. Try not to jam it under. And just like feel there's a little bit of freedom in the pelvis. Feet should be wide. Open the feet up wide and go to the back of the mat. Yeah. And so I want you to actually almost feel like there's a force under your hands that you can push down. Yeah, push down. And so what we're going to try to tap into is a little bit of that earth energy. And I want you to kind of feel your feet on the ground, feel your body a little heavy, and kind of push down with your hands. Yeah. And there should be a little bit of a heaviness to that. Your faces actually are showing me that there's a heaviness to that. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to push down through our feet and we're going to rise up. Bring your arms down. Lift your arms up high and reach for the sky. And can you feel the difference? And so we are energy bodies. We are not just physical bodies. And we can move our energy and we can actually change the way our bodies feel by the way we move. So I want you to reach a little higher. Lift your heart a little higher. Reach with your fingers. Where are the fingers? Yeah. Take one more breath, and then softly fold over. Let your hands touch the earth. Let your head down. There we go. Let your head hang free. Maybe shake it gently, yes. And then shake it gently, no. And then just really, really gently. Don't be aggressive. Let's tuck the chin toward the chest and just feel the neck stretch. And then again, also in a really gentle way, can you look out toward the front edge of your mat? Let's take a deep breath in there with the chest lifting, and then walk the hands forward into your first plank pose. The feet should stay wide, and it'll make it a little bit easier. Yeah, when we take up a little more surface area. So keep the feet wide. They should be wide at the edges of the mat. That's it. Take another breath here. And then bend your elbows and lower yourself down slowly. Go all the way to the belly. Try to keep the elbows narrow. And then inhale into cobra for me. I want you to keep your hip bones and your legs on the mat. I want you to press through the tops of your feet and think solely about just opening your heart up. Can you get the chest to lift a little more and the shoulders to broaden? And then look up just a little bit. Notice that in this pose, it's the pressing down that's helping you achieve the lifting up. That's it. Take one more breath, and then let it go gently. Tuck your toes, and then pull the belly to the spine as you make your transition all the way up and back into your first downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good morning, ladies. Come on in. And if you want to walk your dog, you can kind of paddle your feet out, maybe lifting one heel and then the other, softening through the knees and really moving through your hips. Let's take one more breath here as you're moving, and then exhale, push both legs back. That's it. Now I want you to come forward into plank one more time. I want you to feel your feet really sturdy. Press through the pinky toe edges of your feet. Make the legs a little bit stiffer, a little stronger. And then lift your right arm and reach up for the sky. Just twist open. Just reach up, keep your feet as they are, take a breath, and then go ahead, place that hand back down. So you're not going to pivot your feet. I want you to keep your legs steady, your hips stable. Go ahead, try the other side. It's just a little lift, open from the chest. Breathe in, and then put your hand back down. Breathe out. So good. Bend your elbows and come down slow. Inhale into cobra. Again, just this really beautiful expression of the heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And I want you to notice in the down dog that you can allow a heaviness. Like you can totally let your feet go heavy, let your whole body kind of sink. Or you can lift and lighten the load by just pressing the floor away from you and reaching with your body, creating space. And so whichever one you choose, I want you to do it consciously. That's the key. Don't just be in the pose and don't do things because I'm instructing. Listen to the intelligence, listen to the intuition, and make a choice. Last breath here. And then come forward, plank pose. Now I want you to feel your hands pressing down and your shoulders stable. Keep the core really strong. And then go ahead and tip both of your heels to the right. Twist just your waist. That's it. Take a breath. And then bring your heels back up. We're going to keep the hands flat. We're going to keep the shoulders stable. And then go ahead, tip just the heels. Feel your waist. Nope, don't lift your hands up. It's not a side plank. The shoulders stay exactly where they are. Just your waist is going. Just isolating the obliques. And then go ahead and tip your feet back up and lower down slowly. Inhale into cobra. And then exhale back into down dog. Are you starting to get some heat? Yeah? It's going to be moist today. It's a little humid out. But somebody upstairs must love us because it's not raining, right? Take a breath right here. Make it the best down dog you can. Use the energy that you are choosing. And then look at your hands and we will walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Will you please bend your knees and come into chair pose? Go ahead, bring your arms out in front of you. Sit back a little more and help yourself press down. Push down. Push down. Go a little lower. Right there. Hold. Take a breath. Now reach your arms up. Reach for the sky. Come on up. Stretch back a little bit. And then exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. And just stop for a moment and see if you could feel the difference between that down, 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 or that reach up and expand. Right? You have the power to do what you need to in this practice. What kind of energy do you want to create today? This moment right now is about you setting your intention. I'm going to cue you through the practice, but you have to decide how you want to do it. So you decide right now. Did you come here to lighten up? Did you come here to get grounded? Do you feel like your life is a frenzy and you need to get some stability? You decide right now. What do you need? It's an important choice. And then when you're ready, we're going to go through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms reach. Do it like you mean it. Exhale, forward fold. Fold in. Halfway up, inhale and lengthen. Step back to plank. Lower yourself down slowly. Take your time, feel your muscles. Inhale into your cobra pose. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make sure that this pose and every pose that you do today is an expression of your intention. Do you want to feel heavy? Do you want to feel light? I know on any given day it can change for me. And so there is no right or wrong answer. It's about you coming in a little bit more deep connection with your own truth. Let's take one more breath. Give me the best expression of your down dog. And then walk your feet right up to your hands. Inhale and lengthen. And then exhale and fold. With a flat back this time, rise up to standing. Push through your feet, lift your head, reach your arms. You can stretch back if you like it. And then bring your hands to your heart. Here we go again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Come halfway up, inhale, and then step back and lower on the exhale. Lift your chest, inhale, cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths and use each one in some way to more deeply connect with the work that you're trying to do. Sometimes if you press your hands a little more or you press your heels a little more, you lift your hips a little higher, you feel your pose light up. Let's take one more breath now. And then look forward and slowly walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up as you inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. With a flat back, rise all the way up. Reach for the sky. That's it. And then hands come right to your heart. One more round. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. And then step back and lower. Try to do that all on the same exhalation. Inhale once and take your beautiful back bend. And then exhale, downward facing dog.
Feel the sun glow through the windows.
Lift your hips. And so I really love the way you're working today. And I can feel like you're paying attention and you're trying to be really true with yourself. Let's take one more breath together. Push back just a touch. And then as you exhale, look at your hands and make that journey to the top of the mat. Halfway up, inhale. Fold again, exhale. And this time, chair pose. Bend your knees. Sweep those arms up. Take your arms in front of you. Press your palms down into the space that's there. See if you can sink a little bit lower. Give me one more breath. And then come on up. Reach. Stretch back. And then hands come to the heart. Inhale, both arms reach. Let's interlace our fingers, all but the index fingers, and take a little stretch over to the right. That's it. Not too far. I want you to keep both feet grounded, all of those toes grounded. Feel that there is an equal amount in this pose of the pressing down and the reaching up. So there's a real reach. The elbows are stretching. That's it. And then come back up and take it to the other side. It doesn't have to be big to feel good. Lift from the heart. Feel the groundedness and feel the expansion in equal measure. And then one more breath. Rise up. Release your arms. Feet should be together at the top of the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. And then step back to plank. That's it. Go ahead, lower yourself down nice and slow. Inhale into cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Let's all lift the right leg up into the air. Go ahead and stretch your leg way up high behind you. And then come forward into plank and touch your knee to your elbow, right side. That's a good way to wake it up. See if you can actually touch. Dig in just a little bit. And then go ahead, sweep the leg back up. Take a nice deep breath in. Now this time, you're going to step that right foot forward to the hands. Go ahead and step it right next to the right hand, and then rise up for high crescent lunge. Reach the arms up over your head. Trust that back foot to give you some stability. You can feel all 5 of the toes on your left foot grounding you. That's it. And then maybe you lean back a little bit, just a little bit. You have to find that equal amount of sinking down and reaching up in order for the pose to feel balanced. Let's take one more breath here. And then very gently place your hands down. Take your time. Step right back to down dog. Lift your hips high. Let your head go low. Take a breath. Now, left leg is going to rise up behind you, and I want you to lift it up till it feels so good. Just stretch your toes right up to the sky, and then we're going to come forward plank, left knee, left elbow. Look forward. Don't look at your leg. You don't really need to see what it's doing. You know exactly what it's doing. So you look a little forward, keep the gaze lifted, keep the spine long, and then take it back, leg in the air. Good. Take a nice deep breath, and then step that same foot forward to the left hand. Arms sweep up for high crescent lunge.
Steady the breath.
Take your time.
Keep breathing.
Feel your way through the movements and make sure that in this moment it is an expression of your intention.
Steady the breath.
Some of us, sometimes we need to wake up and we need to give ourselves a break. And other days we have to really see what we're made of. We want to dig in a little bit and just see what we've got. So what is your expression of your yoga today? What would that mean for you in your life? Take one more breath. And then slow, easy. Take your time. Place your hands on the ground. Step right back into your down dog. Hips go high. Yeah, push it back just a minute right here. Take a breath. And then if you would, please walk your hands back to your feet. So you go to the back of the mat. I'm messing with you for sure. Yeah, feet should be hip distance apart.
Breathe in. I let it seep in through my skin.
Now, put your fingers on the mat, just about 6 inches in front of your feet. Take a nice deep breath and walk your fingers over to the right. So go off the mat all the way over to the side and see if you can walk all the way back around towards your heel. And just notice what you feel in there. No tension in the neck. Keep both feet on the ground.
In this modern day age of misinformation.
All right. Nice and easy. Make that big arc like a rainbow. Go all the way around in front of your feet and around to the left side. Take it out wide.
So I focus on my breath, steady concentration. Steady the breath, to steady the mind. Keep breathing till I feel that light shine.
Steady the breath, steady the mind.
Deep breath.
Let's walk it back to center.
Steady the mind. Take a 5-count breath till I feel that
Go ahead and place your hands on your hips. Inhale, look up. And then exhale. Start bending your knees. Start to lift your head and chest and reach your arms in front of you. I want you to push down a little bit and then come on up. Stretch high and then release.
into the mind.
Inhale, both arms reach.
Traveling.
Exhale, forward fold.
To the other side.
Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Walk it out into plank pose.
Back through the crack in the wall.
That's it. Hold your plank, take a breath. On your exhale, lower down slowly.
Back through the crack in the wall.
Inhale into your cobra. And then exhale as you move back to down dog. We're going to take that right leg up in the air again. Sweep it up to the sky until it feels so good. And then come forward plank, right knee, right elbow. Good. One more time. Take it all the way up behind you. This time cross the body, right knee, left elbow. Keep looking forward, feel the obliques. Take it back, inhale. And then this time knee to nose. Hold it there, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then look out to the left and step that right leg out to the left. Just place the edge of your foot onto the mat and hold. Right leg went to the left, cross the body. Yep. Keep that head up. Square your hips. Let's see if you can lower down. Both hands are on the mat, honey. Yep. Take it down low. Take it down like a chaturanga. Go all the way. Go down. Yep. Now, strong legs, strong feet, strong hands, strong core. Push yourself back up. Push. Good. Bring your leg back to down dog. You really weren't sure about that one. It will go a little more smoothly on the other side. Take your left leg way up into the sky. Breathe in. Come forward, left knee, left elbow. Head up high. Sweep it back on the inhale. Nicely done. Cross the body. Left knee, right elbow. Keep the head up. You don't have to look at it. Good. Inhale. Take the leg back up. And then right to the chest. You can take knee to nose, drop the head this time, squeeze. And then lift your head, look out, look it out to the right side. Step that left leg out to the right, put the edge of your foot down. Both legs straight, both legs strong. If that's enough for you, stay. If you feel like you want to, lower down slowly. We got some people doing push-ups. That's it. Now, you've got to engage. Use your feet, use your core, use your hands very gently with some oomph. Go ahead, push. Yes, take it up and then step back into your down dog. Push back, inhale, and then come forward. Exhale and lower. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So I want you to come forward into your plank just one more time. And I want you to notice that your plank pose actually is the measurement of your own divine proportion. So when you lift your hips now into down dog, don't walk your hands in, don't walk your feet in, stay right there. That's where you belong. It's a habit to walk the feet in. We want to just make sure that we are working within our own beautiful divine proportions. It doesn't matter if your heels touch the floor, just make your legs feel powerful behind you. Let's take one last breath here, and then go ahead, walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, reach your arms forward. Make sure you feel like you are sitting down, and then rise up. Rise and reach, maybe stretch back, and then bring your hands right to your heart. Beautifully done. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. This time, step just the right leg back. Take a big step back. Stay on your toes. Give me a twist open to the left side. And usually what happens is because the left side body is really opening, sometimes we let the left hip go up. And so I want you to think about bending the left knee, dropping the left hip down. Yeah, finding that stability, kind of like what we did in that first plank. Feel the outer hips hug and then really turn from your waistline. Go ahead. It's like a game we play with our bodies. Take one more breath. And then eyes go down, hands go down. Just sweep it back. One leg down dog. Stretch it up high till it feels so good. And then step it through. Go ahead. Left foot to the hands. Rise for high crescent lunge. Very nice. Bring your hands to your heart. And give me another twist to the left side. Hands stay planted. Nope, head up. No elbow to the knee. Just stay really tall. It's going to feel kind of weird. Yeah, it's like you have no leverage, right? So you're actually really turning from your waist. Push into your hands a little bit to get a little more access to the obliques. Make sure that front knee is bent nice and deep. And then now, open your wings wide into water wheel. Stretch and reach and breathe. Lift the head, lift the chest. I want that left arm to lead you in the pose. Reach. Take one last breath. And then both arms forward. Look forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Place your hands down. Step back and lower. All right. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Use this moment to express your own intention. Do you want to be vibrant? Do you need to give yourself a break? Maybe you need to drop to your knees. What would be the most honest thing to do right now? If we can't get real on the mat, how in the world can we expect ourselves to get real in life? One more breath here. And then we're going to look at the front of the mat and walk the feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale, and then fold deeply, exhale. Bend those knees, reach your arms forward, feel yourself sit down, and then go ahead and reach up, stretch back, bring your hands to heart. On your next inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Now the left leg gets to step back. Take it back, a nice long step beyond your toes, and then plant your left hand and give me a little twist, a little one. Don't go 110%. Pay attention. See if you can feel your feet stable. Make sure, yes, that you're not turning the feet, that you're actually feeling strong in your legs, maybe even hugging a little bit in the hips. And then bend that front knee a little bit. So the idea is that right hip stays a little low and the turn starts happening at the waistline. Feel the left side body turn under, turn in. There's room. Open from the heart space. Tip your head back just a touch. And then when you're ready, we're going to place that hand down. Sweep that right leg up, give it a rest, stretch it up into the air till it feels so good. And then we step it through again. High crescent lunge this time. Step it all the way through, rise up, hands to the heart center. And so a little bit of discipline here. We're going to start turning the body to the right. There's not a lot of ways to fudge it when your hands are right there at the midline. And so can you feel yourself standing tall in the pose? You got to make sure that all your weight isn't in the front leg or you won't be able to sustain this. So maybe you lean back a little bit more toward the back leg. And once you feel like you've gotten into that twist as far as you're going to go, then open your arms like wings. Yeah, stretch and express. Make it feel really good. Inhale really big and then twist on the exhale. Do it again. Big inhale, twist on that exhale. Don't be afraid to sink into the front knee just a little bit and reach a little more through that right arm. And then both arms come forward. Just face forward, organize, and then place your hands down on the mat. Awesome. Step it back and lower. Take it through your vinyasa and find your way to down dog. Okay. Give me a nice big inhale and then a big open mouth. Exhale. Feel that nice, beautiful breeze. We're going to step the right foot forward to the hands now and then take the left foot and take a little step up. So it's pyramid pose. It's a shorter stance, both feet flat. And then if you would, bring your hands to your hips. Straighten both of your legs and then lift your head and chest halfway up. Right there. And so your body should be parallel to the floor. And there is a little bit of a feeling that could be sinking in this pose. So what I want you to do is find the lift. Lift the sternum a little more. Widen the collarbones. Yep, so lift a little bit more forward. Pull the shoulder blades back. Yeah, activate your back muscles. There you go. How are your hamstrings doing? Yeah? Anyone feel that in the front leg? So resist the temptation to bend that knee, but also resist the temptation to lock it out. We want to make sure we're using muscle to stabilize that and not locking out the joint. Now, that hamstring's going to get a little love when we come up, so very slowly, just rise up. Yeah. Take a deep breath, maybe extend back a little bit, and then come back in halfway. Try to keep the hips square, keep the feet grounded, and then again, rise on the inhalation. Stand up tall, maybe extend back a touch. That's it. And then come halfway. Last time. Right there. We're going to hold. And then I want you to release your hands down to the floor. And just like we did earlier, we're going to walk our hands over to the right, but you're going to pivot your feet so that you pivot onto the edge of your right foot. So walk your hands to the right all the way, get off the mat, walk all the way about halfway down the mat. You'll be facing this right side. And pivot your feet so that you're on the edge of your right foot. So we pivot your feet, yeah. So your toes should be the same direction you are, but you should be getting a really nice stretch in that IT band. There we go. Are you breathing? Are you allowing this to be an expression of your intention? Go ahead, walk your hands forward. Nicely done. Pivot your feet. Let's bring our hands to the hips. And on your next inhalation, rise up to standing. Go ahead, step your feet together with grace. Bring your feet in. Bring your hands together at your heart. Pause for a moment. Find your breath. We're going to move through a vinyasa, and I want it to be an expression of your work today. So when you're ready, on your inhale, let your arms rise. As you exhale, fold in. On the in-breath, lift halfway. Step back, plank, and lower Chaturanga Dandasana or to the belly. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha or Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. See, you guys speak Sanskrit. Now that left leg is going to step forward to the hands. For pyramid pose, we take a little step with the right foot too. The stance is a little shorter, both feet flat. Go ahead and bring your hands onto your hips. All right, so we want to make sure our legs feel nice and sturdy, our feet on the ground. Oh my gosh, God bless whoever is in that vehicle. All right. Now, very slowly lift your head and your heart and rise up to standing. Feel those sturdy legs under you. Maybe extend a little bit. That's it. And then fold halfway. Just feel what's happening. Hands stay on the hips. This is kind of disciplined. It's not a big action. Again, lifting the head and chest. Rise up. Stay grounded in your feet. Stand tall. Maybe even extend a little bit. And then do it again. Fold. Just touching the hamstrings. Keeping the back strong. Come on up last time. I think I lost count. You might have got an extra bonus one on this side. Yeah, and then go ahead, fold halfway. You're going to release your hands down. And just like we did earlier and like we did on the other side, walk your hands all the way left. Walk until you get about halfway down the mat. Pivot your feet as you go. Get on the edge of that left foot. And say hello to your IT band. Make sure you're breathing. Come up high on your fingertips if it's hard to bend over like that. You can be flat on this foot so you feel more grounded. Put this down. Yeah. Special. All right. With some grace, walk your hands back to center. Pivot your feet so everything is facing forward. Pull the belly to the spine. Bring your hands up onto your hips. And on your inhalation, rise up. Take a little stretch back if it works for you. And then stand up tall and step your feet together with grace, hands at your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Step back to plank pose. I'd like you to roll into Vashisthasana, which is a side plank. Now you guys in the back get to lift your hand up. Roll onto that right side. Lift that left arm up to the sky. Lift your hips and breathe. So good. And then let it go. Left hand down. Pivot over to the other side. So we roll our weight to the left and reach the right arm up high. Take a breath. Head back just a little. And then return to plank. And lower down slowly. Inhale into your cobra, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. All right, I'd love for you to come onto your hands and knees. That was perfect timing, Al. That's it. So we've been on our wrists a lot. And so the first thing I'm going to ask you to do here is take your right hand and flip it over so your fingers point towards your knee. The back of your hand is on the mat. And then I want you to rock a little bit forward and a little back and just find your way through that. Spread out through your fingers, press the pinky and the thumb down. And you'll know if you rock too far. Back of the hand on the mat. All right. And then go ahead and flip that over and switch it to the other side. Flip that left hand. Spread out through the pinky and the thumb. Rock a little bit. So it's back of the hand on the mat. Flip that hand over. Yeah, there you go. And then rock back and forth on it. Just feel it. It's funny to see one hand one way and one hand the other way, right? These are really good things for your brain to see. Go ahead, flip the left hand back over. Sit back on your heels for a moment. Interlace your fingers and make little figure eights with your knuckles. You might get a little snap, crackle, pop. Change the direction. It helps if you look at them to do that. Sometimes you can't figure out which way you were going. That's it. And then when you're ready, steady. Release your fingers. Inhale, arms reach. Go ahead and place your hands at the top of your mat and open up into your downward facing dog. And then we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat. Take a hold of your big toes. We call it Padangustasana. The peace sign fingers. Your middle finger and your index finger kind of hook onto your toes. And then you're going to fold in. Take 5 breaths. See if you can draw the crown of the head down. So that means that we're letting go of some of the tension in the neck. You can use your biceps, elbows point out slightly, and that will help you pull in. But more importantly, we pull in from the crease of the hips. Keep your legs steady. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. You'll have much better balance if the feet are a little wider. 2 fists. The feet are together, it's not so steady, so we want to open the feet about heel width underneath the hip bones. Yeah. Now, inhale, release your toes, look up a little bit. And if you would, bend your knees. Let your head down, tuck your chin in your chest, and roll up slowly. Just roll through your back, take care of your spine, squeeze your hamstrings a little bit. It's good to hold the head up, let the blood flow. Take a deep breath in, reach high to the sky. And then exhale, dive right back in. This time you're going to soften the knees so you can slide your whole hand in under the foot. Yep, go ahead and slide the fingers right up in the front, like under the toes, and see if you can get your toes in as far as your wrists. Don't be afraid to stand in those palms. You had them flipped over just a few minutes ago, and they were fine being flat on the floor, so see if you can stand in them now. And again, is this an expression of your practice? Are you trying too hard when you promised you were going to come out and be soft? Are you just kind of hanging there when you know you could be working harder because you came out here to feel more vibrant and alive? It's not for me to say today, it is for you to decide and then for you to live it, you to express it in your movements. Take one more breath and let's slide our hands out. One more time, we're going to roll it up. Soften your knees, tuck your tailbone and your chin. Take care of your spine, tighten up those legs. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Go ahead, walk your hands out to plank pose. That's it. Nice and strong, nice and steady. Lift your right leg up behind you. Pull that right knee to the belly. Look out to the left. And this time when you extend that right leg through, I want you to hold it in the air and lift that left arm up. Yep. Got it? Inner thigh, feel it. We went to the outer edge, now we're on the inside edge. Lift that inner thigh just a little bit, take a breath. That's it, put your left hand down, step it back and lower. You did it. Inhale into cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. The best thing is when we expose something in the body that's surprising. When we go, oh my gosh, I had no idea I was so weak there. It's a good thing I found it, so now I can make it a little stronger. Instead of, oh, I hate that, I'm never doing that again. Really, that is not gonna do us any good. So come forward into plank. Let's try it on the other side. Lift the left leg up, draw the knee to the belly. We're gonna look out to the right and we're gonna try to send that leg through. Keep it in the air, lift that right arm up. Yes, reach for the sky. Feel how strong you really are. You can put the foot down if you need to, but if you can, I want you to try and lift it. And then the hand goes down and you step your foot back and lower. Go ahead, move through your vinyasa. Inhale, cobra, and then exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop to your knees. Tabletop pose. Don't get mad at the teacher. Good. Right arm forward, left leg back. I'm just going to do a time check. Good. Find the grace. Use this simple pose to express your intention. How did you come out to work today? All right, now keep your leg in the air, but I want you to put your right hand down, and we're gonna do side plank with the knee down. Should be a happy moment. Go ahead, turn it open. So right hand down, right knee down, take that left arm up to the sky. Very good. Now, you're gonna have to move slow so you can manage this. That left leg should be up. And you're gonna hinge at the hip and take that left leg in front of you, but twist open from your chest and reach the right arm behind you. There you go. You guys are so awesome. So hinge at the hip, leg in front of you, arm behind you. Take your leg forward, leg forward, leg forward. Some of you have your leg back. Yep. And then bring it back to center. Return to tabletop. Both feet down, both hands down. Sit back into child's pose. So for those of you that decided to come out and take it easy today, I apologize for that pose. That one's not easy to do softly. And so if you're going to stay really true to your intention, you can actually sit it out. Or you can modify. Again, the truth. We've got to get to a place where we are okay with it. Let's come back onto our hands and knees. Left arm, right leg. Reach forward and back. Stretch and reach and breathe and make it feel really good. Start to feel the core work. Start to feel what's happening. Belly to the spine, the stability, the balance of your work, the pushing down to rise up. Now go ahead and put the left hand down, roll onto that left side and reach your right arm up. So good. This seems simple, but it's not easy. So we're gonna do what we did on the other side. The leg comes forward. Bring the leg in front of you, keep it high, and then start twisting open from your chest and reach your arm back behind you. You can put the foot down if you need to, otherwise try and lift it. Yeah, I like it. Chest open wide, big expression here. And then bring it back to center, return to your tabletop pose. Go ahead and take child's pose.
Pray for grace. May we open up these gates.
Take one more breath.
Grace.
And then come to your comfortable seated position. You can swing your feet around, you can sit on your
Take me to
heels.
that higher place.
Bring your hands right to your heart. Take a moment.
Take me to that higher place.
Close your eyes. See if you can really truly be in your yoga right now. Be really true to your intention. Don't let your thoughts get in the way of feeling the way you want to feel on the mat
Shine
right
a
now
light
in this
into
moment.
this place.
Check yourself if you're overworking or underworking.
Grace.
What's your facial expression?
Grace.
Nothing to do but breathe.
Take me to that higher place. Grace. Take me to that higher place. Grace.
These moments in the stillness are where the
Take
real
me to
yoga
that higher
abides,
place.
where you get to step in to a precious moment of your life. All the poses, all the movement, they just mimic the way we move through our life every day. Let's see if we can, just for the moment, be still with our intention. Express it in the simplicity of just sitting. Now, in a way that allows you to maintain the way you feel right now, I want you to slowly unfold your legs and lay yourself down onto your back. And we'll do just a couple simple movements to make sure that I've left you in balance. So I want you to pull your knees into your belly and give yourself a little bit of a hug. Maybe even stretch your head to your knees and try to curl your tailbone up. Give yourself a good stretch. And then press your head back down and press your tailbone down. And again, give yourself a good stretch. It just feels different when we arrange the bones differently. And then just open your knees a little wider. Reach out and grab a hold of your feet. Just a moment in a happy baby pose. You can rock a little side to side. Make it fun. Don't take it too seriously. Open wider so you can feel a little looser. Let your head down. And then I want you to keep your feet wide, but release the hold on your feet and place your feet on the mat so they're at the edges of the mat. So feet are going to be a little bit wide. And feet are going to be down on the mat. And then like windshield wipers, I want you to let your knees go to the right and to the left. And see if you can actually let it go a full range of motion. So don't cheat yourself. Don't go short. Go all the way. Take a breath when you get there. And then come all the way up and around to the other side. So you get to really feel all the way through that for your hips, for your lower back, And you can rock through it 2 or 3 times. Make sure you're breathing and feeling. That's it. And then bring it up to the center. I want you to cross your right knee over your left knee. And then go ahead and lift your left foot from the mat and reach around and grab the back of your leg. So knee over knee. Yeah, and then grab the back of your left leg and hug that in. So don't let your hand go through the hole. I actually want your legs together. So release this hand. Go knee over knee, and then, yeah, reach around the outside. That's it. There we go. And just give that a good squeeze, and then you can go ahead and release your arms wide, but keep your legs crossed. And we're going to take a spinal twist to the left. So go gently. It's going to be deep, and if it feels too deep for you, if your back feels tender, uncross your legs. Breath should still be flowing free. And every pose is an expression of your intention for your yoga today. Better, right? So you're going to squeeze your legs together a little bit. Turn your head to center and bring your knees back up to center. You can keep that left foot on the floor and then uncross the right one. Pause for a moment. Take a really big full inhale and then open mouth, and out. And then you simply cross your left knee over your right knee. So it's knee over knee. The upper legs are close together. And then lift that to your belly. Reach around the whole thing and grab the back of your right leg. And just hug it in. Find a way to make that feel really good. And then you can open your arms, keep your legs together, and make your way into your twist on the right side. And like I said earlier, if that feels too intense, you can uncross your legs. But make sure you go all the way to the right. You can let your arms go. Open the arms all the way out like wings. And let your hips turn. You can uncross your legs if it's too intense. But you don't want your feet up in the air. Then you're using way too much muscle. Yeah, let yourself relax. You can even turn your head to the left. Perfect. This is the easy part. Yeah. You made it through the hard part. Take one more breath. Open mouth, it out. And then when you're ready, make your way back to the center. You can hug those legs in one more time. And then release your legs all the way out for Shavasana. Turn your palms to face up. Let your bones settle down. And again, you find yourself in a peaceful moment.
Jugat Gure Name Sat Gure Name Siri Guru Deve Name Ait Gure Name Jugat Gure Name Sat Gure Name Siri Guru Deve Name.
Let's begin to breathe a little more deeply and let the breath awaken you so you awaken peacefully. Take your time, start to move a little bit and stretch a little, and then eventually find your way to a seated position.
Ait Gure Name Jugat Gure Name Sat Gure
I even want you to give some thought to how you're sitting. And does this express the way you want to feel right now in this moment? And does it set the tone for how you're going to move into the rest of your day? We spent an hour working on moving in a way that expressed our intention. And so what if we could keep that going as we roll up our mats and we move into the rest of the day? What if, like, moments throughout the day, you just pause and you remember the intention you set this morning, so that it's not just an intention for your yoga practice for 1 hour, but it's actually a mindfulness that you can continue to weave, that you can commit to remind yourself. It's a stretch to think that we could be in intention every single moment of every single day. But what if? And the only way we could even get close to that is if we try. For an hour here, an hour there, a couple of breaths throughout the day, a reminder. Because those moments are what's going to bring you back home, back to being you. This person right here on the mat with your hair a little messy and your body a little sweaty. Just you in all of your glory, all of your wonder and your greatness. Let's bring our hands together. And we'll close the practice with that sacred sound of Om. So we're going to take a nice deep, deep breath in. Fill your lungs. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Namaste. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Thank you so much for coming out today, everybody. Happy Saturday. I can actually see a little blue sky. Maybe we'll get a little bit of sunshine today. Wouldn't that be nice? Don't forget to go see Ashley and to go see our friends about some plant-based eating ideas. Even if you just incorporate one day a week. Like, you don't have to really do it. Well, I know 7 would be better, but 1 would be a start. Like, what if you just got curious about what it would be like for one day, just to change the way your habits are and just explore new ideas, right? Not only is it good for your own health, it's good for the planet, right? It's good for local farmers, right? There's so many reasons. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure you're going to have a steak tonight. And it's totally okay, because I'll probably help cook it, you know? Like, I don't have any issue. Like, it's not a judgment at all. It's a choice. And I really love that we all get to make our own choices. And so, not one to push an agenda, but always open to a suggestion. I have your sign-in sheets up here at the front. Someone was gracious enough to bring them to me before class, so I have both of the sign-in sheets and the email list. If you want to be in touch, give me your email address, print it clearly, and we can stay in touch. I will send you the monthly newsletter. We have all kinds of events going on all the time. Anyone here a teacher? Who's here a yoga teacher? Yeah, a few of you, yoga teachers. Doing a special retreat just for teachers. I'm going to Costa Rica for 7 days, December 8th to the 15th. It's going to be a complete teaching immersion. It's like for someone who just like doesn't want to, who maybe didn't do teacher training with me and doesn't want to commit to a whole long program, but would really like to just immerse and sort of like hone your skills and maybe do a little personal work for yourself, like really go inward and take care of yourself and be a little bit more vibrant and excited about your teaching. So if you're interested in coming to Costa Rica with me in December, let me know. I will be here next week. That is September 1st, and then the next day I leave, that day, September 2nd, I leave for India. So I will see you next Saturday, and then I will leave you in good hands while I'm traveling. Yeah?
I have people coming in from Texas. I said, let's come to your blog. So I made them stay at Yoga Journey, and they're coming exactly the time you'll be in India.
Oh, there'll be somebody good here.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
you're
I
so
never-
welcome.
Sorry that I